The security industry has announced that the sector will go on a national strike on the 26th of September. This follows unsuccessful wage talks with the employer at the bargaining council. The 28 unions briefed the media on their call for a 16% wage increase, while security companies and other employers are only offering 3.5%. SABC News reporter Katlego Legodi has more.
The 28 unions represent about 500,000 of security officials, both in the private and the public sector. They say they've taken issue with how negotiations have been going at the bargaining table, a move that has left them with no choice but to down tools on the 26th of September. But a person best positioned to let us in on those negotiations and the move to down tools on the 26th of September is Mr. Moyo, who is a chief negotiator where this process is concerned. And we understand, sir, that this has been ongoing for about 6 months now and has left you with no choice in the security sector but to down tools. Welcome to the SABC.
Thank you, Katlego. Yes, that's correct. It's a correct reflection on how the negotiations have been going. And it's a sad issue or a sad story that even after we declared the dispute within the bargaining council, the employers have seemed not to be interested in moving their position to try and meet the union's demands.
So here we're talking about 500,000 of security officials in the private and the public sector. How impactful is this strike said to be? We know very well that some institutions and some facilities are being guarded by these men and women on the ground that are today crying regarding issues of wages.
If we get to that stage, it's going to be it is going to have a large impact. One, you would consider that there's no building or school or any infrastructure that is not looked by the private security sector. And also you would understand that they are the biggest security sector that is available, double the number of the police, triple the number of the soldiers. This strike, if it goes on the 26th, as planned by the organized labor of the 28 unions, is going to have a huge impact. And the consequences which businesses, the private institution, the government institution will feel is going to be unquantified. Because this is not done by only the greediness of the unions, but we believe that it's the greediness of the employers failing to adhere on a simple issue of the proposals, that the demands that the workers have put forward by their unions, which is far less than the 15% that we're demanding, with understanding that the inflation as we speak in July is sitting at 7.8%, and the employers are simply giving a lousy 3.5%.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Kumbulani Moyo, they're coming through as a chief negotiator of this 28 workers' unions that have come together at the bargaining council just to push through as they push to convince an employer of their 15%. There's a number that is being touted as well, 13%, but the employer, we are told, is only offering a 3.5%, and 6 months later, not even willing to budge. But it remains to be seen if indeed on the 26th of September, those security officials in the private and the public sector will be downing tools. Katlego Legodi, SABC News, Johannesburg.